Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us in person and on Zoom. I'm Jeff Davidson. I'm your 2021 Chamber Chairman. So I'm here to welcome you this morning, both to plug the internship program, but also to give you my 2 cents around why you should engage on something like this. And so Gary and I were speaking this morning. He said, if I can get you to one message this morning, it's why this is a good investment for these businesses. So I'm going to give you the 2 reasons why I think it's an awesome investment. Number one is, if you are an HR person, a manager, a business owner, you are thinking about workforce. It's a challenge for your business, I guarantee it. If it's not, you're the luckiest person in this room. So, but if you are, I'm sure you are, this internship program is a way for you to build a sustainable, ongoing pipeline of talent that resides here. Young talent, stable talent, exciting talent, and who doesn't want that? And that's both a relationship with the intern themselves, but an ongoing relationship with the Lincoln community of students. And so as you engage in the program, as you grow your engagement, as you engage over time, that pipeline becomes established as a way for you to attract talent to your business. Number 2 is it's a way for us to support Lincoln, which is a cornerstone institution of this community. And it's an investment in our community. It's an investment that your business needs to make sure that Lincoln is thriving, growing, and connected to this community, which is what I believe we all want and we're all excited about. So I'll tell you that we have an intern at Modern Look at our company. We have been blown away, both by the level of talent of our intern, Javon. He's an awesome guy. The work that he's been able to do, he's been able to pick up more duties than we thought he would. So we're excited about it. We plan to grow our internship engagement for next semester. We've got aggressive goals as a chamber to engage more businesses, to engage more students. And so I'm here to get you excited about it and ask you to join us. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Mosley, who's going to pump you up even more.
Awesome. Very sure you can see. Now I sit down and sit. For those of you on Zoom, we had a slight joke about me being a little bit taller than Gary. I want to make sure we shared that. I didn't know if you could see me, but it's really weird when you're talking to a camera and you got a live audience as well. So I'm John Mosley. I get to be the interim president at Lincoln University, and what an honor it has been. I can tell you that I say it every chance I get. So if you've heard it before, I apologize, but I know there's some new faces in the room, and I saw some of the names that popped up on the screen. Shortly after taking over this role as interim president, there's a lot of people that want to visit to see how they can work with Lincoln. Because we have a diverse student population, and our community needs diversity, and our community also needs employees. So how can we keep Lincoln students in Jeff City? The chamber, specifically Gary, these guys came over and they Jeff, they said, hey, listen, we want to help you. We want to help Lincoln, and we want to help Jeff City. And so I often, I give Gary praise as much as I can to say, Gary, the chamber, not just Gary, but the chamber has stepped up to say, we're going to put money where our mouth speak, and really our work where our mouth is, so to speak. And it has been a true partnership. I was fortunate to give this job, and Beth was already there. Beth Jordan is our Director of Career Services. She's here this morning. She's going to share with you here in just a few minutes. She came into a meeting like this last year when I was simply the athletic director, and she blew the room away. She blew the university leadership, and she walked away as the director. She didn't know it. She wasn't there for an interview. She simply did a presentation, and we said, hey, we think this is the person for us. And she has been a rock star. And so I'm very thankful for the collaboration between the groups because this idea was born. We kicked it off this semester. It's been, I believe, 17 or 18 students, I think was the last number I saw. The reason this program is important for our students, there's way more than one. The first one is just the real life work experience. I wholeheartedly believe in the classroom, but I believe that a student get an opportunity perform the duties that they think they may want to eventually perform, gives them a great idea if it's a career that they really believe they can see themselves in. I believe that real life teaches you a whole lot that a classroom just can't. Now, you need the classroom to get the base, but the real life experience is important. And the reason that this paid internship program is so important is because the number of our students, over 90% of our students, receive some kind of federal financial aid to attend college. That's all of our students. That's including our commuter students. For those who think about local students, we have 90% of our students receive some kind of federal financial aid to attend college. The paid internship allows many of our students to eliminate the decision of, do I go get a part-time job to help pay my bills, or do I do an internship in a career field in which I am very interested in seeing what it's like. We scratch out the part-time that may be something that they don't want to do necessarily, but it helps them meet their obligations financially. And so these opportunities have been tremendous. You're going to hear from some of our students, and I'd much rather you hear from them than me. I want to say thank you to those businesses who have participated this fall. And I also want to say I look forward to working with a number of businesses in the spring. Beth has worked magic. The interview fair that we did last year, going through this process, was just quite awesome for me to visualize and for our students to experience. It's kind of like speed interviewing, speed dating with the interview concept, and I'd be much better at the interview than dating, so I'm glad that they got to experience that. But it was awesome to talk to the students after that experience, just to see how things went. And so it's been a growth process for us as well, for our students, for career services, just to see what this process is like and how we can better meet the needs of our students and our community. One of the challenges that we have, I want to be up front, is transportation for many of our students. And so we have some dynamic students that for one reason or another don't have an opportunity in transportation. So we've been working with the city to see what we can do from a busing standpoint. I encourage you from your company standpoint, as you consider it, how can we kind of meet in the middle there? We want to work through any challenges that we have. We don't want to run into a challenge and say, no, we can't do that, because these students need these opportunities. It's huge to have a great relationship with this city. I can't say it enough. The better Lincoln University, the better Jefferson City. And so I appreciate, again, the interest. If there's any questions that I can answer for you that she can't answer, that's a problem, number one. But if for some reason she can't answer a question and I can't, please reach out. Let me know. My email's not on here, but it's president@LincolnU. Make sure you include the U after Lincoln, or it goes to Pennsylvania and I never see it. And .edu. President@LincolnU.edu. So please feel free to send me an email if there's anything that we can do, because again, it's important for us to build these strong networks. That's it, unless anybody has any questions about it. Awesome. Next up, I'd like to introduce, I don't even know, yeah, this is extra, all right? Beth Jordan, ladies and gentlemen.
And as Dr. Mosley said, I'm Elizabeth Jordan. I'm the Director of Career Services. And I always love and hate following him when he talks. He gets me in the heart every time. And I hope I can do the same thing. But we're going to talk a little bit about the internship today. So we will start. I thought this was going to maybe up like, there we go. We'll start by defining internship, cover our program overview and goals, review the spring 2022 timeline. Our interns will share their personal experiences with you, a couple of them, and then we'll talk about now what. When you're interested, I hope everyone is interested that's here today on the Zoom call and actually hosting an intern. We've got some steps for you to take to get the process started. So to start, an internship as defined by NACE, the National Association of Colleges and Employers, is an internship is a form of experiential learning that integrates knowledge and theory learned in the classroom with practical application and skills development in a professional setting. Internships give students the opportunity to gain valuable applied experience and make connections in professional fields they are considering for career paths. And it gives employers the opportunity to guide and evaluate talent. Should I work now? Oh, thank you. So our program goals are for the students to be able to apply their academic knowledge in a professional work experience. And on the handout that you've got, all of this information is on there as well. So I'm not going to read all of these to you, but they'll also develop career skills, skill development, and professional development. So we want them to go work with you, share the knowledge that they've learned while in the classroom, and then be able to learn professional transferable skills that they can take with them in the future. And I told William I was going to pick on him a little bit. So you don't learn everything you need to know to be successful in the workforce in the classroom, such as making a two-sided copy and removing a staple with a staple tool, right? So I told him I'd coach on a little bit, but really these students get to be out there, work with people who know what they're doing. It gives them the opportunity to have an experience and a career to determine if this is the place they want to be in, or if maybe they need to try some other avenue within the same major. So our spring 2022 community internship goals are large. We talked about this and we feel like there's no reason we can't encourage more employers and more students to participate. We hope to work with at least 40 employers and place 40 to 50 students in internships. Currently, we did our pilot program in the fall, and we worked with 12 employers and placed 16 students. We thought it was 17. I'll explain that to you, Dr. Mosley, in a bit, but 16 students in internships. And in the fall program, we only worked with 5 majors at Lincoln University. So we're expanding that to any student at our institution that has at least a 2.5 GPA or above and is a junior or senior. And our students have to go through some steps too. It's not like we just send them out there and say good luck. They have to initiate that they're interested in having an internship, so they let us know that. And then they have to participate in a resume review and mock interview, as well as the interview day that Dr. Mosley was sharing was kind of like speed dating. In some ways, they come in and can interview with 2 or 3 different employers. It gives them the opportunity to get rid of some of those like first time interview jitters. It also gives you multiple potential interns to select from. So it's not like we're doing this matchmaking where we make the decision. You're in full control of which student you're interested in actually hosting for an internship. Then the students are required to participate in a mid-experience evaluation and a final experience evaluation. And throughout this process, we're also checking their grades, right? So we want them to continue to be successful in the classroom while they're getting this work experience. So expectations are high for our students, and we're going to continue to keep those high. I don't think there's anything else. Any questions so far?
Beth, can you talk a little bit about, I mentioned we were talking before this started about how easy this process is. Really, it seems like maybe a little heavy lifting from the organization side, but it's fairly easy. You guys do a great job of keeping it easy. Maybe just talk about the services.
Thank you. I'm glad to hear that. But yeah, so through these paid internship opportunities, the students, we ask that you allow them to work between 10 and 20 hours a week, but obviously this is your internship and their internship experience, so whatever you all agree upon is fine with us. And in terms of processes, if you've never had an intern before, it's really not that big of a deal. Okay, hold on. That's the one way to say that. It is a big deal, but it's not a lot of extra work for you, I guess is what I should say. So if you've never had an intern before, we'll be happy to walk you through that process. We have a lot of research and resources that we can share with you that give you an overview of what makes the process simpler for our students, and will also hopefully make it an easy process for you. The important dates, just some dates to keep in mind. We're having the coffee and chat today, so this is good. Step 1, we're already here. If you are interested in participating, and when you are interested in doing this, if there's any way we could have the internship description submitted by December 9th, that helps us to garner student interest. The sooner we can start advertising what open positions there are, the sooner that our students start thinking, oh, this may be a good fit for me. So if we can get that information from you. We also have interview days slated for January 20th, which is when, if possible, you come to Lincoln University. We have our students all organized and slated to interview with you. And then if possible, to make the decision by January 28th. I know for some of you, this may be quick due to second interview requirements or fingerprinting, background checks, those kinds of things. We can be flexible with this, but our hope is to get the students started on their internship as soon as possible. So we hope to run the internship experience through either the end of January, first part of February, until May when the students leave. Let me tell you one more thing, and then I'll let the interns speak. So once you make your decision, we do ask that you let us know which intern you've selected. And there may be the possibility, we ran into this this fall, that students are selected for more than one potential internship. And that allows them the opportunity to negotiate an offer, which is also important. I wish I was in that situation where I had 2 or 3 jobs and had to choose which one was best for me. I have not been there. But some of our students really got to use those negotiation skills to maybe see which position would give them the greatest experience, which one would give them the greatest challenge, which one might pay a little more. Let's be honest, that sometimes comes down to it as well. But know that when you're making offers, you may want to have, 1 or 2 students in mind, just in case they have to make a decision like that. So once you share that with us, that gives us the information to be able to keep in contact with you as the employer, as well as our students, to ensure that everything is going well. Okay. And now I'm going to turn it over. I don't think Javon, he may be on Zoom. I may check that in a minute. But we do have 2 of our interns here today. We have Tanisha Wiggins and William Coleman. And I'll let either one of you go first. Introduce yourself. I have no idea what they're going to say, so I'm very excited to hear this as well. So.
Okay. I'm a little nervous. I thought I was going to be used to doing this, and I did it a couple times now. I'm gonna say, but my name is William Coleman. I'm an accounting major at Lincoln University. I'm a senior, and I am interning with the Chambers. I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana, but I moved to St. Louis. So a little bit about my internship. It's been something I wasn't able to imagine. So I've been in school for 4 years, and when I came here, me and Jake started doing some accounting work, and I was just like, I don't know what this is, until he got me started. And then I was like, oh, I remember doing this in class. So it was just like a outside experience. And me and Jake has did a lot. We created a database for we both worked together. He helped me even when I messed up. He didn't Gary and Ashley and Susan, they let me do other things instead of just sitting in the office doing accounting. The Chambers is a small company, so they let me go places with them and help and network with other people and everything like that. And they let me sit in on big meetings, and I'm appreciative. I don't have a lot to say, but I want to thank the Chamber for allowing me, and I want to thank you for allowing me the intern opportunity and interviews and helping me with my resume and everything like that. So that's really all I have. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Tanisha Wiggins, and I was an IT intern for Missouri Bar. I learned a lot about myself in the professional environment of IT during my internship. Became more outspoken, and I asked more questions, even though my questions were silly. In the past, if I asked a question and someone explains it to me, but I still don't understand, I'll just but during my internship, I found myself asking follow-up questions. I found myself asking if things could be broken down more if I didn't understand, because I really want to learn what's going on around me. And I realized that I was never going to fully learn if I didn't ask for clarity of things that I was confused about. Also, the people around me made me feel really comfortable about asking questions to get help that I needed. I also learned that it's okay to be confused because it just means that I'm gonna get the opportunity to learn something new. When I first started my internship and I was assigned tasks, I was told that first I had to try to figure out how to do it on my own by researching, and then reach out for help if I still didn't understand it. And the first thought that popped in my head when I heard this was that I was not gonna last for 2 minutes. But fast forward into my internship, I would find myself telling my supervisor that I still wanted to do more minutes to try to figure out things on my own before receiving help. And I'm very grateful for this because I was able to strengthen my problem solving skills, which is very essential for my major, but also in life in general. During my internship, I got to experience how to install Windows 11. I handled phishing emails. I created a database. I learned about store procedures. I learned about application development. I basically learned about different things every single day, which I really liked. Overall, I am extremely thankful for this opportunity to be hands-on, and I experienced a very positive and healthy work environment that taught me the quickest way to learn was to make mistakes and learn from those mistakes.
So man, they make me proud. It's been an incredibly fun experience. I found out Javon has a final that he forgot about, and so of course we're encouraging him to continue taking his final and to do well on that. And so I'm sorry, we'll try to maybe get a little video that we could send out later because he's got a very powerful story as well. And Dr. Mosley said, 90% of our students use some sort of federal aid. We also have a lot of first generation college students. And to me, this speaks volumes. We don't have third and fourth generation legacy students who already have a network of people in various organizations that they can connect with. So our students having this real work or real world experience and being able to form a network before they graduate is life-changing for them. To be able to call Jay up one of these days and say, hey, you remember when we worked on this project and you helped me do this? What did we do? That's something that William wouldn't have before this experience. That's something that Tamisha wouldn't have before this experience. So in all truthfulness, this has been an incredibly positive experience. I think we can say from our entire team of developing this, the employers have given us positive feedback. The students have given us positive feedback. I genuinely believe this will be a positive experience for you. And hosting one intern and hosting more than one intern, just please be open to the idea. Let's give it a shot. We'll help you through this. If you're a small organization that has 2 or 3 people in the office, great. We can make this happen. If you're a huge organization that has an HR staff that wants to handle this, great. We're willing to work with anybody to get our students these opportunities and experiences. So, will you click on me? I think. Thank you. Now that hopefully you're very interested in having an intern, we just need you to first share your organizational information with us in the internship description. You can either scan the QR code for those of you that are on Zoom, or we can also send this out in a link probably following the presentation today. One change that we made from last semester is that if you are an HR person, we would like your contact information, but we would also like the contact information of the person who is hosting the intern so that we can be in direct communication with both of you. So there may be a part that looks a little redundant. If you are that person and you are the same person, you only have to enter your information once. Ensure the dates work for you. We are planning to do the interview date on the 20th and hope to have those decisions made by the 28th. If that doesn't work for you, just communicate with us. We had one organization last semester that had to do phone interviews. That was totally fine and a really unique and interesting opportunity for our students. So we'll figure out a way to make this work with everyone just to get the students the opportunities. And then the final step is to start planning for your intern arrival. On the back of the handout you have, there are some suggestions for before the first day, reviewing the personnel structure, communicating with the student, and just some key points on how to develop your internship. So this may be a good starting point if you do have some concerns about bringing somebody in, and we'll be happy to share any other resources that we have, like I said earlier. So if there aren't any questions, I don't know.
I got a quick
Okay,
question.
yeah.
slash comment. So I think the first bit of friction on this process for those, especially small businesses, and it's due relatively quickly, is the internship description.
Yeah.
And I know I wrote that for our internship because I thought, okay, I'm just gonna buckle down and do this, but I wonder if we couldn't share the 16 or so descriptions
Oh, sure.
that were done. We can just
I
block out
think
the
that
company
will probably
information.
be fine.
But from a company standpoint, if you want to see, how the descriptions are structured, what
Right.
type of work companies that place interns are having them do, I think it might make the process a little easier for some folks that are concerned about what am I have this person do and how do I structure this description? Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
absolutely. I don't think that'll be a problem. And when we say job description, it's certainly not like what you post out there to hire somebody. We just want to give our students a snippet of, these are some of the things they may have to do, just so that they're not going in blind to the interview as well. So, and these can change, like, we've also discussed that sometimes these responsibilities shift, they increase them or they turn a slightly different direction. This is not the end all be all, this is what it has to be. But if you have a general idea, if you want somebody to come in and work in IT and help you to develop a social media marketing plan or something like that, then it can be very simple. So, but yes, we can share that information as well. Anything else? Okay, then I think I'll turn it over to Gary. I think I stole your part. You were gonna open it up for questions and answers. I'm sorry. Okay. But our contact information is up here. If anyone needs to email me, or Ms. Gabrielle Hodges is also here.
Where did we put that footstool, by the way? I was gonna I just want to thank a few people. First of all, the 12 employers, some of them are in the room today, some of them are probably on Zoom, who participated this semester. I want to thank them for stepping up and helping us with this pilot. Special thank you to Unilever, who took 4 interns out of that 18 number this semester. We really appreciated their support. I want to thank Beth and Gabrielle for all their work in the Career Services Office. They really made this happen. By the way, if you are on Zoom, put your email in the chat. We'll be sending out to everybody who's here today and the folks who are on Zoom a copy of the handout, the intern description samples that Jeff suggested we share, links to register, just try to make this process as simple as possible. That'll be coming out to everybody after our program this morning. I want to thank Susan Neal Dottie for helping us pull this together earlier this year. Ashley has been a big part of it as well. William actually helped us put together the invitation list for today's briefing. We appreciated his support on that. Special thank you to Jay Moore, our Director of Finance and Operations, who has been mentoring William during this semester. I know that's been a great experience for both of them. I have to give a lot of credit, though, to this gentleman, and he teases me all the time, and it makes me nervous. Shows up at the last minute. He does show up. But honest to God, if it wasn't for Dr. Moses' passion for this university and this community, I don't think we ever could pull this off. And that's what really motivates all of us to do even better and strive to make this relationship even stronger between the community and Lincoln University. So my hat's off to you, Dr. Moses, for your leadership on that. We appreciate it very much. Any final comments for the good of the order or any questions? We'll be sticking around a few minutes after we adjourn. If you want to talk offline, Ashley?
Amy Schrader on Zoom says, I have a hard stop, but I appreciate everything LU is doing to bring LU students and local employers, go Blue Tigers.
All right. I think that's a good way to wrap this up. Don't you think? Thank you for being with us this morning, and we look forward to working with you.